Authority is appealing to South Africans not to travel to Mozambique. The Lebombo border post has officially been closed once again after it was partially opened yesterday. Post-election violence is expected to intensify as Mozambicans protest the election results.
The reality is most of the protesters went to Maputo and they're saying they're going to get the results that side in terms of the recounting that happened. So if the result says Frelimo had still won, those people, when they come back on the corridor, is going to be very much dangerous. So there's no way. So if any South African trying to say, I want to go to Maputo, never try that. It is very, very problematic. We are just having a meeting now with them to say what should be the way forward. Unfortunately, we have to just relax until we get the outcome that side and be able to determine the way forward.
Police presence at the border post has been beefed up.
We had requested the deployment of public order policing that came from Pinar into the space via the provincial commissioner of police, and of course, additional to that, we do have members of the SANDF here, and we also have a sizable number of border guards that are here. So we are fairly comfortable that from a security point of view, we are very much ready in case there might be any possible threat to the South African side of things, although we do not necessarily see that as a serious issue or possibility, because in any event, the people are actually intending to go into Maputo for the real march. They are just marching towards the port because the city or the township, Resen Garcia, is exactly where the port is on the Mozambican side, and that is why things are a bit difficult in this instance.
Let's take you live now to the Lebombo border post. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala is there and joins us now. There are trucks Nqobile, that have been parking there for 2 days now. I've been made to understand. What's the situation like?
Well, at the moment, it's parking for over 10 kilometers. This is how many trucks that I have been here. And we know that they're not going to be moving anytime soon. This is mainly because they have closed the border post, so they can't move. Why are they closing? Because of safety issues. You will remember that there were cars that were touched right in front of the border post. But this affects the freight industry. This is mainly because the trucks that you see here are basically transporting things like chrome into the hub at that side, and that's supposed to go into a ship, and that's supposed to dock. And so all of that process in terms of logistics is affected quite heavily. So some of these truck drivers have had to figure out how to survive here for days, and I want to bring them in now because they've been here for quite a while. Nisichazele njengomuntu odrivayo baba niyakuphi senihlala isikhathi singakanani la?
Uvusimozo ngawasho ngisibongo. Siya eMozambique, sehlale insuku ezintathu, 3 days sila elanini. Yeah. Kunzima
kangakanani ukuba la?
No, kuzima kakhulu dadewethu ngoba le ndawo le inobugebengu kakhulu ngoba sila sisendaweni enobugebengu kakhulu. So masilala ebusuku asivikelekile. And number 2, asigezi, sina 3 days nje singagezile. Ukudla ke kutholakala le kodwa. Yeah, ukuphepha nje engibona khamba phambili asiphephile.
Wena baba awakho ama concerns njengomuntu odriver njengamanje athini?
My sister, siyoslasha nge4 Monday. Siloku sihleli la manje asazi kwenzakalani yabo ngoba khulunywa lutho nathi. Kunzima nje sihleli emgaqweni into esingayazi ukuthi kuyoba into yanini. Yiloko nje ngingakusho ukuthi
izona ziphi nje izinto mhlambe njengamanje njengomuntu ola engasiza kakhulu ukuthi nibe right.
At least mhlawumbe bengashintsha umthwalo besishintshela umthwalo mhlawumbe bethi awuye kwenye indawo ngoba isimo la siyakhona ngathi asikho right.
Uyayisabela impilo yakho ngale?
Siyayisabela impilo yethu ngale ngoba bathi sima sikho kahle ngale Maputo. So sinenkinga.
All right. Right. Well, I think the concerns, the issues of safety concern is what the gentleman is explaining to us, that they are concerned that even though they're here, if the border does open for them to go in, because of what they've been hearing and what they've been getting from some of the colleagues, probably that side, they are finding that it might not be safe for them to even go that side. So that's a major concern for them. But part of that is that they've been here for about 3 days, the other having been here for 4 days, so multiple number of days for them, and they haven't had simple things like being able to take a shower or having a place to go buy food. And they're talking about also being here as a safety issue as well for the freights, because they're saying this area is known to have quite a lot of crime that takes place. What we know though is that from the border post side, they are ensuring that security is beefed up quite strongly, because there are concerns that should those that decide inside that they don't get the right results that they're hoping for, they could potentially come back to the border post like what we saw. And we know already that 15 officials have had to fled to South Africa and ask for asylum just in the meantime because of what was taking place in Mozambique. But in the meantime, then they have to be here and wait for whenever there is a sense of calm within Mozambique, then they can continue with their work.
Nqobile Madlala with that update there earlier.